believe it yet. All right, moving on. Captain Marvel, Skrull. As I called it, did I call it?
You did.
Issue 1.
You did.
Amnesia. Okay, come on. Let's just flip through. Dead Skrull. And then let's just do a little quote right here. "You are not making any sense," he tells the captured Skrull. So then Skrull changes and he says, "And you are not Captain Marvel."
So does that mean he's a Skrull? We don't know.
Then who is he? He's not Captain Marvel. He's a Skrull. Maybe he just forgot he's a Skrull.
It's possible.
So what do you think? There are two theories now. Some of them maybe forgot when they were like transferred, brainwashed, or Captain Marvel's thoughts were put in. Or maybe they're just somebody sitting there with a button and says, "Okay, let's turn on his memories back."
Yeah, maybe these people who are masquerading as these Skrulls who are masquerading as our heroes don't even know that they're Skrulls. Their memory implants are so deep. We don't know. It's really not going to be resolved. It's not really not going to be resolved until Secret Invasion comes out in April.
Okay, well, I'm excited for it. I give it an A.
Me too.
Secret Invasion. You think the Skrulls were behind Civil War?
It's possible. It's very possible. Superhero fighting superhero. Who's going to benefit? Who's going to benefit from that except for villains?
Exactly. So what have the villains been doing all this time? I mean, we saw the Hood, which is now actually one of my favorite villains. It's
the New Avengers, we saw him.
New Avengers, yes. Yeah. But the villains, it seems to be the next big thing now that they're going to triumph. Dan Didio says that evil triumphs over good this year in the DC universe. So maybe Marvel's just Salvation Run. Some people hated it. Bill Willingham started writing the book, the first 2 issues, and then Sturges took over. Right? That's how you pronounce his name?
Yeah.
Matt Sturges? Okay. So he took over, and it's really become, I think, a lot better of a book, but no one really gave it a chance. It is another countdown, I guess, tie-in issue, but not really. I would pick it up. I think the really cool thing in here that one of the villains, Blockbuster, probably no one knows who he is actually...
Don't reveal who it is.
But then... Okay, I'll put it this way. Blockbuster is not who he appears to be, and
there's a certain superhero masquerading as
Blockbuster. And it is very interesting. It is kind of obvious when you think about it. I mean, if you were reading it from the beginning, because he's a shapeshifter, so we'll give you that. He's a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
All right. Catwoman figures it out right away, pretty much. Not right away, but she knew, and she revealed it to everyone, and they kind of beat the crap out of him. Oh, I said it's a guy. I already said too much.
Uh-oh.
How many shapeshifters are guys?
Well, okay.
He's not really a guy. Okay.
Anyway, before we have any more spoilers.
Okay. I'll give it a B.
Okay.
I'll give it a B.
All right. Thor. Very good book. Very good book. I like the Fantastic Four. I was never a fan of Thor before J. Michael Straczynski relaunched the series, and I love it. I think the artwork's great. The dialogue is awesome. The stories are really cool. And this issue seems to sort of be what he's been leading up to with all this thing. What's been happening in the story arc is Thor came back, and he realized he was by himself. He wanted to bring back his fellow Asgardians, who are the people that lived with him in Asgard, the other gods. And he's been seeking them out because their spirits had been inhabiting people on Earth. And this issue is pretty much the culmination of that. And we realize that Thor doesn't want to be alone, but there's a price that he has to pay if he wants everyone back.
So if you care about that, I guess you can pick it up. But if you want to see, I only liked really one issue in the Thor thing so far.
When he fought
Iron Man.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
But one problem that I really have with this book is that no one knows that Thor is back. It's just it's a sequestered book.
Tony Stark does.
Okay, Tony Stark does, but it hasn't appeared in any other books but Thor.
Well, Thor is also a book that suffers from heavy delays.
Yeah, so this is really not in continuity.
It is, but I mean, they're only 6 issues in, also.
All right.
So who knows how much time? Who knows how much time has passed?
So what do you give it?
I give it a B.
B?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it a B too.
It's a good book. Pick it up.
All right, Ultimates. I have to say that I'm behind in Ultimates. I'm still in Ultimates too. Can't even lie. Not really.
So I guess I'll field the review for this one.
You can field the review for this one.
I'm a big fan of the Ultimates ever since the people who are writing Fantastic Four do it right now. Mark Miller and Brian Hitch were doing it. They did 2 really great runs on it, and this one was heavily delayed. Took forever to come out. Not this issue, but the actual series. It's been coming out on time, surprisingly. It's written by Jeff Loeb, who you may know from Batman, Superman. He also wrote Wolverine recently. And he's also worked on the show Heroes, and it's drawn by a comic book legend, really. His name is Joe Madureira, and he did a book in the 90s called Battle Chasers, which only lasted around 7 or 8 issues.
Haven't read it. What's it about?
It's basically about medieval sword and sorcery stuff.
Okay.
It's really cool, and he has this really great art that's just so unique. It's manga influenced. It's Americanized. It's so detailed, and it's just almost every page is like a splash page, but it's not just every image jumps out at you. It's great. But I will admit the 3 issues into their run, and it's been pretty slow building. Not much has happened. We've been introduced to new characters like Ultimate Black Panther, who we know nothing about except that Wolverine knows who he is. We don't know who he is. I don't think he's even said one word yet. But this issue number 3, which is mostly a flashback issue, is the best one so far.
And this leads right into Ultimate Origins, right?
Well, no, it's gonna be leading into Ultimatum.
Ultimatum,
which is gonna be the big Ultimate event. I don't even know when that's happening.
When is wasn't Ultimate Origins supposed to come out?
Yeah, that's being tied into Ultimatum. Okay. So it's been delayed also. More delays. Delays. Anyway, so I think it's a great book, and I mean I give it a B. I think you should definitely pick it up. It's cool.
Okay. I have no opinion on. I haven't read it, so let's move on. T-Bolts. This is something. Only I'm reading. Taylor, you don't really like T-Bolts, do you?
Doesn't interest me whatsoever.
Warren Ellis and how do you even Deodato?
Yeah, Mike Deodato.
Mike Deodato.
Who you may know, he did a really lengthy run on Amazing Spider-Man with J. Michael Straczynski a couple years ago.
Okay, I'll give you my review first. B+. Now I'll tell you why I gave it a B+. I really feel this is one of the best Marvel books that's being published right now, but why do I only give it a B+? Things are kind of moving slow. I mean, there's some real great action and some great scenes, but it just seems that every issue, there's a little hint that Osborn is really going to be Green Goblin again. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing...
He's always going to be Green Goblin. Well, it's not...
Okay, he may be Green Goblin, but right now he's like nothing. They're making it seem like he's going crazy. Mm-hmm. Because he's picturing the mask in his desk. He opens the desk and he sees the Green Goblin mask. So it's just really a matter of time when the next Amazing Spider-Man arc is Return of the Green Goblin.
Once again.
Time, part?
Who knows? He's been around for forever and he's not going anywhere.
Yeah. So that's T-Bolts. I mean, it's great. It's a team. It's just a team of super villains that are not really, they're like helping. It's cool. I mean...
it's a cool concept. Why am I not reading it? I read enough as it is.
Maybe I should give you my copy. It's really great. Okay. So, B+. Next.
Okay.
Let's move on right to Amazing Spider-Man.